as I'm speaking today. So I'd like to get clearly that this facility have been financed from internally generated revenue. And this one, you are going to get it. The doctors who are admitting staff having the rights here, they are not forced to admit patients here. They have a choice. They can have either admit patient to Nairobi, Mat or anywhere. So the issue of the doctors going on strike does not arise. Because if they don't bring patient here, they're not going to make revenue. That's the position. So if they decide to take patients outside there, that's their own responsibility. But we have they are having given rights which can be withdrawn at any time. That's the position. And whenever they are joining the institution, they are having rules and regulations which they are to follow. Lastly, the doctors themselves, up to around 2020, the doctors were not being paid twice. Those who work here or carry out services here. Right now, we are paying them twice a month, on 15th and on 30th. So we don't know probably what it means by having good governance. Mr. Chairman, thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thanks, Bwana Nyamongo. And I believe, as I introduce the staff, executive staff, you realize they cover the face of Kenya from Lake Victoria to the Indian Ocean. And I think falsehoods eventually point to the point that the truths are always set you free. And we are not covering anything. I want now to tell you two things. Number one, there are three events which are happening, or going to happen in the current future. There is a requisition for a special general meeting, which was supposed to happen on 18th of September at the Radisson Blu. I'm privileged to report that by today morning, this institution, KHA, have received an injunction against that event. And for this, those of you who are on the Nation, can you rate up your Nation media? The Nation media have made a mistake, maybe they didn't know. They have advertised it on mainstream Nation media that the requisition is happening and there is a strike tonight. I want to assure you that when there is an injunction, we are a country governed by the law. When there is an injunction, you respect the injunction. And when you go for inter-parties hearing, if you have reasons, that requisition will be implemented. But as of now, it's dead on the table. So the Nation should not, I don't want the Nation to get what you call, what the contempt of court. We must respect the court. So that's where we are. Number two, and they're saying that doctors, the hospital is on strike tonight. That's also a falsehood, because as I came here in the morning, before I came to this press conference, I passed through A&E, accident and emergency. It is full, and we have reduced what we call TAT in medical care. TAT means turnaround time. When we came here, this team, turnaround time was 8, 9, 10 hours. You come and sit there. Before you go to the ward or you go home, you have spent 10 hours. Today, and I want to support the CEO that when you have a moment, CEO will take you around the facilities of this hospital. Today, turnaround time, before I came here, I talked to Dr. Baya, who is the A&E emergency doctor. He told me, Chairman, these days is from 45 minutes to worst case scenario 1 hour, depending on what is being done on you. Because we are very thorough in making sure you go home better than you came here. The turnaround time for Nairobi hospital is between 45 minutes and 1 hour. From 10 hours when we came here with my brother, Herman Misaka. So when we say we are doing a good job, we know we're doing a good job. On 18th, the same day they wanted the requisition, there is another event. This one has been injuncted. It should not happen unless the court order is lifted. So no media should report it, otherwise you go for contempt of court. The second one is an open day, KJ open day. KHA Open Day is happening on 18th. If you are a KHA member, you are invited to come. If you are a journalist, you are invited to come and see what an open day for KHA means. That is the day this team, SMT, will make sure that they tell the owners of the hostel, Kenya Hostel Association, what they do, and there will also a free camp, a medical camp within the institution, where you will come and get lifestyle checks free of charge. We are not charging. And if you are media and you come here, you will have the privilege of also your fundamentals being checked. Because the biggest problem in this country is that we wait. For instance, prostate cancer. People go to discover that they have prostate cancer when it is at stage 4. Normally, when you are at stage 4, you are fighting for survival or going to palliative care. Palliative care means the family wants to make you comfortable so that you die quietly and presently. But when you do these open days, you can check and you'll be told you have a possibility of having prostate cancer. Can you take action? Can you change your diet? Can you come to your doctor every 3 months? And several other things. Ladies and gentlemen, the last one, I want to tell you, is a function happening on 27th of September. That's our function. The notice, official notice, has gone out through the company secretary. And the official, that day is for members, owners of KHA, including the doctors who are grumbling. They are allowed to come there. And the company secretary gave them an opportunity and said, this is a standard AGA agenda. But in the event that any of you has an issue which is burning in your heart and you want to expose it, you write to the company secretary within 14 days and say, I want this to be discussed. That's why I thought, because that's the law, that's why I thought anybody who is aggrieved or who thinks that the hostel is on its dead bed can raise that issue. It is discussed by the owners and a resolution is taken. You can't just have a meeting outside the law. And we were given the privilege, all members, by the company secretary. Can you explain legally what that meant before I open for questions? It's important you get this information. Brief, 30 seconds.
Thank you, Chairman. What it means that a member who has a business to raise so that it is deliberated at the annual general meeting and a resolution is passed, is given room of 14 days after the publication of the notice to notify the office of the company secretary of the business that they desire be discussed. And so do I repeat? Thank you. Let me repeat. What it means is that members, all members of Kenya Hospital Association have a right to notify the company secretary within 14 days of publication of the notice convening the annual general meeting. They can propose any business, special business, that they would like discussed and deliberated at the annual general meeting. And this business is not limited to the standard items. They have scope to raise areas of concern, areas of reform, so that once they deliver the notice, members will be informed. That is what it means. Thank you, Chairman.
Well put. And that shows you that we have nothing to hide. We've given anybody who has an opportunity who feels better. Even I think the chairman of the board, you tell what the chairman, we are very Then anybody who is not liked by the majority of members could be requested to step aside, and you have no option, including being chairman. If the owners of the organization don't want you, you can't stick. So we have a vent. We have an open vent for those who are disgruntled to get their expectations met democratically. Having said that, it's now my privilege to open the floor to you, but kindly keep the questions to verification or clarification of what we have said. And maybe I'll make them, who is your captain? Is it Nyantino or who? We make it 5 questions, reasonable questions. Thank you. Out there.
On the botched ICT contract. They are accusing the board of